Yo, what's up, family? I just wanted to take some time and personally thank you guys, first and foremost, for the support that you have given and that you have poured into me through Dance Away Depression December. It was a little controversial, I should say, um, as far as like some of the messages that I was putting out. First, if I offended anyone in any type of way, let me know. I started to apologize right here, but like sometimes we take offense to things that we don't have knowledge about. If I have offended you, let me know and teach me what I did wrong so that way it doesn't happen again. And I think that is the most sincere or authentic apology that I can give at this time, because no one has come forward and said, like I was just extremely off or wrong or anything like that. But I have gotten like comments like, well, where are you getting this information? You're not certified to be like a therapist, like maybe you shouldn't give advice. I just want to say to you guys that I do read. I do have books about the material that I was talking to you about. First and foremost, this is my version of the Bible. I didn't write it, not my version, but the version that I like to use, God's word. Just because the translation on this one is so spot on, like literally a teenager could read it and comprehend it. And I mean, like it's completely highlighted. I'm in this book, okay? I'm in this book. No, I'm literally in this book. I'll explain later. Y'all know I love me some TD Jakes. Like I might have every book that TD Jakes has ever wrote. I might. There'll be one person who pops up with like, oh, well, did you read Crushed? And that'll be the one book that I don't have by TD Jakes. Huge shout out, Charlemagne the God, Black Privilege. Awesome book. Now, when I started thinking about things like a legacy or inheritance that's passed down from generation to generation to generation, like just knowledge, just wisdom. Look at this book. Okay. The Great Conjunction that we just went through. My goodness, history of astrology, of the world. Okay, like when I say he's got the whole world in his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands, in a book paired with the internet, like bruh, you can't go wrong, right? Like bruh, like I mean, when I talk about like the brain, when I started talking about like love languages, you know what? This is a book that I got from Enterprise when I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And it's called Driving Loyalty. And it talks about like running a business successfully and like efficiently. But I kid you not, it is applicable to life, not just like Enterprise Rent-A-Car. But they give you this whenever you get hired there. Brain. Also studied psychology at Bethel State University. That wasn't my major. My major was criminal justice, but I did take a ton of psychology classes, so much so that my advisor was like, hey, you could just make this into your minor. So huge shout out to Fayetteville State University. I'm not going to tell y'all that every single one of them psychology classes I just knocked out the park. And aced them with 100s or 93s, but I got that degree. Okay. Up the organization. This stayed on New York Times bestseller for years. For years. Again, about business. Again, one of those inheritances that was just passed down and passed down and passed down. Grandma Garris, my grandma Garris was an avid reader. I mean, like, right. What's up? I mean, mental health, addictions, and not just substance abuse, bro. Like, there are people who are addicted to gambling. There are people who are addicted to sex. There are people who are addicted to pornography. There are people who are addicted to church. There are people who are addicted to the gym. There are people who are addicted to their cell phone. What's up? So, like, I mean, and I mean, I got more books. I mean, I could go through all of them, but I do read. I do research. I am not saying that everything that I put out has been verified by the FDA, but it's from my perspective. It's from my understanding. You may hear a lot of stuff that sounds like T.D. Jakes. You may hear a lot of stuff that sounds like Dr. Shirley Williams. You know, those are my spiritual leaders. Like I send my little tithes and offering into that. You know, so like you may hear some stuff from them that's in me, and whenever I start talking, it just comes out. All right, so let's see. How can I spice this up a little bit so that this video doesn't get stale or boring? You guys have not met my African accent, yeah? Let me tell you something. This guy here, this one here, he thinks it in his head. Nah, I don't know what else you could think it, but this one here, he thinks it in his head. So let me tell you something. That's one of my little voices that I can do. There's also Little Johnny. Little Johnny has a British accent, yeah? And sometimes I can get stuck in this one for a long time, yeah? This one here, Little Johnny, well, let's see if I could say some things, yeah? Well, he's definitely from London. I don't like to get into a lot of trouble, just a little bit with Johnny. But it's very easy for little Johnny to get stuck. Yeah? And I'll just be talking like that for a long time, yeah? Okay, so that's little Johnny. Who else do I got? Oh, Felipe. Yo, ¿qué haces? ¿Ah? ¿Qué chucho te pasa? ¿Ah? ¿Qué dijiste? No, repito. Espérate. Espérate y tengo otra llamada. Listen. When you see me on the phone with her, do not talk to me. Unless you're talking about money, unless you got some money for me, do not talk to me. Because she's crazy. She's crazy, man. I know you seen the video. The Twisted Tea. They ain't got nothing on my lady. Tú loca en la cabeza. Okay? Mi amor. Oh. Adios mío. scene. But I mean, like there are tons of characters in me. But the video is getting kind of long, and I was trying to make it short. All in all, what I want to say to you guys is thank you so much. Just for the outpour of support. You guys have no idea how helpful it was to have the support this year. And I do have amazing people who try their best to support me. It's just different when you're not from the same walk of life. It's just different when you're not on the same journey, right? Because everybody has a thing. Like my thing may not be your thing. Excuse me. My shortcoming may not be your shortcoming, but everybody's got a thing. And we get so caught up in trying to give justice for everyone that we forget to give mercy. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I meet new people and they ask, like, well, what do you want from me? I simply tell them, like, give me the grace and the mercy that you would give yourself. That's love your neighbor as yourself, right? You can find any excuse for you to do what you want to do. You can find any excuse to cover up your mistake, to keep you in a person's good grace. Give me that same mercy. Don't wish justice for me and give you extra mercy. Like, give me the same mercy that you would give yourself. And if we could learn that with the people that we encounter, I think we all would see life a little bit differently. Huge shout out to the meditation music in the back. I don't own any rights to the music. I now am learning a lot about frequencies and about sound. So if you are not up on your frequency, let me know. That could be another video. That could be another video, right? We can definitely get into them, but like start Googling them. Like different frequencies can bring about different responses, like help raise your awareness, help raise your consciousness, love, manifesting, all those things. All right, getting back to this story, and I'm gonna end the video. But that African voice that I do, it actually came about when I started finding out my history. And what I mean by that is that I found out that I'm in the Bible. Like, it really shocked me, like, when it all came down, because I wasn't expecting that. Like, when I tell y'all, like, true tears poured out of my face when I realized, like, wait a minute, I'm in the Bible? And in the Old Testament? So I did the African ancestry DNA test. And whenever I did the test, it came back totally left than what I was expecting. Like totally left. And it came back as like from the tribe. That's what I loved about the African ancestry DNA, is they help you find your tribe. Not like 23andMe or Ancestry DNA. It was like African ancestry DNA. And I did it on my mother's side, and it traced back to the Igbo people of Nigeria. And I just began to like dig into like more and more research about the Igbo people. And anyone from the Igbo tribe, if you want to correct me, I welcome correction. I welcome it, because that's the only way that I will learn. That's the only way that I can go back and correct fallacies in my thinking. But they were considered sky people. And the Igbo people of Nigeria are descendants of Jacob. Y'all know Jacob. the trickster. Y'all know Jacob, the one who wrestled with the angel all night long. Yeah, Jacob. And Jacob is a descendant of Gad, G-A-D. And I want to say it's like his great grandfather. But you know how everyone says, oh, he's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Jacob's name was changed to Israel. So to know that I am Israel, to know that I'm in the Bible, Genesis 46:16, and it stuck out to me because it's no secret now. Y'all saw the video and saw me talking about my mom who passed away when she was 46, and my sister had conceived or gotten pregnant when she was 16. So that's why I remember it so easily, because 46 was the age that my mother passed away, and 16 is when my sister got pregnant with her first child. So like Genesis 46:16, it talks about me, right? So I've been trying to find the proper balance in accepting myself. I've been trying to look at my good and look at my bad and accept them both. Because like we are all energy. We are all spirit. Okay, so this is where it starts getting good. Okay, this is what I was trying to get out to you guys, where like a lot of people will say, oh, you know, he off his meds, child. He dealing with that depression, child. And it's not even like that at all. I'm not, I promise you guys, I'm not going crazy. I'm just opening my mind, right? But I'm figuring out that we are all masculine and feminine energy. And those two together coming into this temple is what makes you. Like you yourself, you are not your avatar. This thing that we occupy, as church people would say, this church, this temple that we're in just houses our spirit. In the spirit, there is no gender. There is no male or female. It's just the spirit. So your spirit governs your avatar. But you have to be in tune with that to understand that there is good and bad in your spirit, right? And I know we call it the Holy Ghost, and that is definitely true. I 100% believe in the Holy Ghost, the speaking in tongues. I'm with all of that. I started out Kojic. We were Southern Baptists for a while. Once my mom passed away, I put my roots into a holiness church, Pentecostal. Like hand clapping, foot stomping. I kid you not. I had the best pastor this side of the land. This woman could preach like nobody's business. And what drew me to her was she would always sit her Bible down. When she first came out the back, she would sit her Bible down on the podium and she would never open it. And she would just quote scriptures like it was nothing. First couple of times I saw her preach, I'm like, there's no way this woman knows all those doggone scriptures like that. I'm going to go and look them up and make sure she was right. So at the end of every one of her sermons, she would say, now go home and check me out and see if I want in the word. And she would give you all the scriptures that she hit in her sermon. But what amazed me was that she was always right. And she would say things to us like, now don't you come asking me them questions when I get out the spirit. But when I'm in the spirit, they just flow, right? And it was so amazing. And then at Bible study, she would say, you have to study to show yourself approved. All you got to do is just get in that word and it'll flow out of you. Like rivers of living water, when they say that, like it will flow out of you if you're in the word. So battling with my depression, I would say how in the world is it that I'm a believer and I got depression? How in the world is it that I'm a believer and I'm struggling with substance abuse and drinking and mental health problems and, human things, right? Human things. Until you can learn to accept your feminine and masculine energy in your temple, you're going to constantly be at war with yourself, right? Because when you think about everything, my video is getting really long. When you think about everything that I was trying to expose you guys to, it's a lot to take in. Like, for a while I would say, oh my God, all these people are woke. All these people are woke. I want to be woke. I want to be woke. I want to be woke. What is woke? What is woke? And I just wanted someone to explain like what it meant to be woke, right? And everybody has their illusion of it or their version of it or their perception of it. And now that my third eye is like, open and I'm able to see things for what they are, it's not always like glitz and glam. It's not always pretty. Like, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Like, I have to accept that there's good and bad in me. Okay, my video is getting really long. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But when we think about Jesus, right? Jesus was God in human form. I know that's going to be a little bit much. That's going to be a little bit much for some of us. But think about it. God came in human form so that you and I would be relatable to him. Bruce, what are you talking about? Make it clear. Okay. So if you were to go to God and say, oh, God, I'm tired, he would look at you and say, tired? What's that? I never sleep nor slumber. If you go to God and say, now, God, I'm horny, he would say, horny? What is that? If I wanted a baby, I just speak and create one. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Like he had to come in human form so that he could relate to our infirmities, to our weaknesses, because before that, he knew none, right? So Jesus is just God in human form. He came so that he could fulfill the law. Before that, we had Moses' teachings, we had Moses' laws, but nobody could fulfill them, right? And they came from God, but Jesus came to fulfill the law. Then he left it for us very simple. Love your neighbor as yourself. And before that, love God. That's the whole cross. Up and down, straight across. I mean, that's it. Before anything, love God. Even with your bad, even with your flaws, even with your insecurities, even with your problems, love God. Then love your neighbor as yourself. And that kind of takes care of everything that Moses was saying. You won't kill him. You won't steal from him. You won't lie to him. If you give them the same mercy that you give yourself and quit trying to find justice for those who aren't you, y'all get where I'm going with that? And I promise you guys, the quality of these videos will get better and better and better. And we can talk about so many different topics and subjects, anything that you guys want to talk about. But I just want to get on here, say those words, let you guys know that it is okay to be you. You are not your avatar. You're the spirit that governs the avatar. And I want to be the bridge for so many people who want to understand spirituality, who want to understand consciousness, who wants to understand energies. I want to be the bridge for religious people to get over and see it. I'm guys, oh man, this is so good. So as I was coming into spirituality and things like that, of course you want to like share it with everyone, right? You want to wake everyone up, right? You want everyone to be woke. So I started like sharing this, and again, we come from a very like, religious background. My sister, my family, and I like I hear stories about my mom being unsaved before I was born, and I experienced a little phase where she was like, I guess backslidden. But for my entire life, I knew this woman to be like a praying woman. Like we ain't going to no hospital and all that stuff. She gonna put you down in oil, pray in tongues, and I mean like a true believer, legit believer. So I started talking to my sister about spirituality, and she's like, "Oh my God, Bruce, don't take my Jesus away from me. Don't take my Jesus away from me." And I instantly burst into tears. And I'm like, "Kayla, I would never try to take your Jesus away from you. Like, never. Like, I still believe. I am still a believer. It's just that now my eye is open on a different level, right? So now my understanding, my awareness has raised. It's reached a new level. And I just want to share that with you. I don't want to make you not believe in Jesus. That is not the point of spirituality. Like, religion is like kindergarten for spirituality. Everything that you learned in religion is applicable in spirituality. I know a lot of people say it's not the same thing, but it's literally like the head start of it. Like, if you can understand religion, then once you get into spirituality and you start understanding spirituality, it all ties together. Like a mountain, right? Like, and I believe this about every religion. Like a mountain, right? There are several different routes to the top. I don't care how you get to the top, just get there. And I think that little nuggets of wisdom have been placed in several different religions. Like, okay, man, this is getting to be a long video. I'm trying to cut it short. Like when we watch movies like Endgame, right? And Thanos was coming through and he was like wiping them out, right? He was throwing them 1, 2, pow, 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 pow. He got all the Infinity Stones, right? I think personally that those stones are hidden in different religions. Like that Power Stone might be in Christianity. The Time Stone may be in Hinduism. The Reality Stone may be in Buddhism. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, open your mind to new possibilities. I'm not taking your Jesus away. I believe myself. Jesus is my foundation. That's how I have a desire to want to learn more about the spiritual realm. You see what I'm saying? I'm definitely not taking Jesus away from anyone. Please don't get that into your head. What I want to do is dive a little deeper into the study of Jesus. Like, where was Jesus at from 12 to 30? Maybe he was in a Masonic temple. Maybe, he was an enlightened one. Because he literally said, greater works than him shall we do. Maybe he was the blueprint. And maybe you are a powerful being if you would just be enlightened. That light inside was shining out. Maybe you would have a different following, a different crew, if your light from the inside was shining out. If you were enlightened. All right, so I'm gonna cut it short because I'm about at 30 minutes, but I can keep going and 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 going. Like, this is my love language. I love this kind of stuff. I love to talk about it. Overall, thank you guys so much for the support for Dance Away Depression December. I'm gonna have new material coming out soon. It probably won't be every single day, but I do plan on carrying on with Dance Away Depression. There are going to be some amazing things coming your way, like amazing things coming your way with the Dance Away Depression. Hang with the movement, guys. It is a little edgy. It is a little new. All of my all of my messages aren't about Jesus. All of my songs aren't saved gospel speaking in tongues, but I come from that. And I want you guys to see the balance in that. I love you so much. One love. I will be back. Thank you for all the support. Like, it means the world to me. I'm not killing myself. I refuse to die. I have too much to live for because there are people like you who need this information that's in me, and you guys keep me going. So this is my first like real talk video. So if you can, please hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to my channel. Like, guys, let's take this journey together. You're gonna have to see me. You're gonna have to see me. You're gonna have to see me. My good days, my bad days, my dumb decisions. Y'all gonna have to see me. Get used to it. Let's grow together. Let's learn together. If you have information that you want to share with me, my mind is open. I heard a wise man say, listen to everything, but reject nothing. So just because I don't agree with what you're saying, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to listen to it and that I don't accept it as a possibility. I'm not saying I agree with it 100%. Like TD Jake say, hey, look, eat the meat, throw the bones. What works for me, I'll adopt. What doesn't work for me, I toss it out, right? So like, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to. I just want to be able to share my experiences with you, share time with you guys, go through this bipolar disorder diagnosis with you all, let you guys into my world and grow and just grow. But thank you. Thank you a million times for having my back, for the support. Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's grow.